Okay.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our press briefing organized by the Office of the Speaker and the Press and Public Affairs Bureau. For this morning, we have two chairs of the committees. The first one is from the Committee on Welfare of Children, a representative of the 1st District of Zamboanga del Sur, Representative Divina Grace Yu. And we also have for this morning the chairman of the Committee on Agriculture and Food, the party list representative of Anak IP, Representative Jose Panganiban. So to open our discussion this morning, may we please ask ladies first down, si Congresswoman Yu to issue some statements, and then we'll ask Congressman Panganiban for his statement. And then we open the floor for inquiries from our friends from the media.
Hello, good morning po sa lahat. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you to the Office of the Speaker and of course to the Press and Public Affairs Bureau for this opportunity to present what the committee is doing in order to promote the interest of the children. By the way, the Committee on Welfare of Children has jurisdiction on all matters directly and principally relating to the needs and welfare, overall welfare of the Filipino children. To date, about 50 bills, resolutions, and privilege speeches that have been referred to our committee, and of this, 29 or about 30 of these bills have already been acted upon. Several bills for the regulation of children products containing hazardous substances have already been discussed in our committee, and there are reports from the non-government organizations that there are toxic substances in children's toys. And recognizing this danger, these bills seek to regulate the manufacture, the importation, the distribution, and the sale of these children's toys, these school supplies, and other child care articles that contain toxic chemicals. And of course, these bills also ensure that there is proper delineation of the rules of the different government agencies in their implementation of their functions in ensuring the health safety of the consumers relative to the use of these products. We have also begun deliberation on the bills for special protection of children in situations of armed conflict. This is to ensure that the rights of children are respected at all times. And the children that are involved, affected, and displaced by armed conflict are provided with necessary relief, protection, rehabilitation, and of course, reintegration services. We are also finalizing our report on the bill promoting positive and non-violent discipline of children. These bills ensure that there is protection of children from corporal punishment and also including humiliating and degrading punishments. And of course, these bills impose penalties for violation thereof. On a happier note naman, we are happy to announce that the committee has approved its report on various proposals on the Magna Carta for daycare workers. These bills ensure that the children nationwide receive quality early education and of course social development services early pa lang, in their early and formative years. And also these bills seek to create plantilla positions in all daycare workers. And also this would allow the daycare workers to enjoy the security of tenure and other benefits of permanent personnel which are provided to the civil service force. So far that's all, and we promise to continue to work hard on the proposals of this Congress which are worthy of enacting into law. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and good morning to everyone. Again, thank you to also the speaker and to our friends from the media for this morning's briefing. Okay, allow me to tell you, to inform everybody of the achievement of the Committee on Agriculture and Food. Okay, there have been several House bills and resolutions referred to our committee. Foremost of these House bills are two important House measures. And the first of these legislative proposal is the Free Irrigation Services Act, which seeks to strengthen the assistance to our farmers and, of course, to boost our agricultural development. The essence of this proposal is for the government to shoulder the cost of irrigation in order to reduce the farmers' production costs and allow them to earn more from their physical toil. As of fiscal year 2017, we already allotted 2 billion for this irrigation service fees already included in the General Appropriations Act. And in the House bill, the government is set to assign 3 billion pesos annually to ensure the implementation of the free irrigation services fee. The second bill is the Coconut Farmers and Industry Development Trust Fund, or the Coco Levy Fund Trust Fund Act, which seeks to make the government gain control of the Coco Levy funds from private interests and hold these in trust for the welfare of our the welfare of the millions of our coconut farmers and the coconut local industry. Essentially, the Coco Levy Fund Bill seeks to accumulate all the Coco Levy assets and all the income derived therefrom into a perpetual special purpose trust fund to be deposited with the Treasury and administered by a committee created under the office of the President. Of course, aside from these two issues, the committee will continue to study and deliberate on urgent issues pertaining to agriculture so that we can come up with appropriate and relevant legislation that would redound to the benefit of the agriculture and food security sector. Thank you. Yes.
We will entertain your inquiries, so please take the microphone and then ask your question.
Good morning, ma'am. May we know your stand on the proposed bill of lowering the age of criminal liability?
Thank you very much for the question. Unfortunately, the bill proposing the lowering of the minimum age of criminal liability, criminal responsibility, is not referred to our committee, the Committee on the Welfare of Children. It is referred to the Committee on Justice. So, inintay natin, we've been waiting for the proposed bill so that the community would be able to study the provisions, each provisions on that bill, so that it would not be detrimental to the welfare of the children.
But ma'am, in general, how do you view the proposal to lower the proposal?
Yung sa kanya, pareho naman yung tanong niyo yan.
Opo. I mean, we understand, ma'am, it's not in, they haven't presented the official copy of the bill yet, but there have been multiple reports already na may proposal either to lower it to 15 or to 12 or to 9. So as the chair of the committee that's overlooking the welfare of the children which will involve po, involved po sila dun sa bill. Do you agree po to lowering it?
Pag-uusapan namin each provision tungkol dun sa lowering of the criminal responsibility ng mga kabataan. But as for me, siguro if makakabuti naman sa mga kabataan na i-lower ito kasi nga we have heard reports from the police, from the PNP that children age 15 and below are being used by the syndicate criminal by group of people to commit crimes, no, para they will be able to escape the responsibility kasi nga 15-year-old and below pa sila. So, kailangan din natin i-consider yung law kasi nga, if nakakasama naman yung sa mga kabataan, of course, if they're being used by syndicates to commit crimes, so nakakasama din sa mga kabataan. So, we would favor the lowering of the age of criminal liability. Pero pag tinignan naman natin na the provisions of the bill are not favored or parang nakakasama sa mga kabataan, so we would air our side in behalf of the Committee on Welfare of Children na baguhin yung provision na nakasaad na hindi maganda para sa mga kabataan.
Personally, how do you view the bill? Are you in favor or not?
Personally, I am in favor of lowering the age of criminal responsibility. But as I've said, it's not my personal vote or my personal view would matter. It's with the Committee on the Welfare of Children. So if the majority of the Committee on the Welfare of Children would say that this bill is not is detrimental to the welfare of children, then I would I would bring the voice of the majority of the committee not to favor the said bill.
So you are, clarify ko lang, you're in favor of lowering it to 9? Kasi meron pong mga in favor na they're in favor of lowering but only 12. So you are in favor of the 9. So,
I am, hopefully I'm in favor of lowering it to 12 years old.
How about 9?
Is it too
So you're against lowering it to 9 years old?
Personally, I would favor the lowering the minimum age of responsibility to 12. Personally.
But if it boils down to voting for or against lowering it to 9, what would be your vote?
Well, I'm open to discussion later in the Committee on Justice. If they would be able to convince me that it would benefit the welfare of the children, then I might vote for lowering it to 9-year-old. But if they won't be able to convince me, then I would stand on my view on the lowering of the criminal age of responsibility to 12 years old.
sorry, yung clarify ko lang po kasi yun, parang you have colleagues na in favor of 12 pero ayaw nila pag as low as 9. Parang meron, what is the wisdom of your choice to favor it na hanggang 12 lang? Bakit hindi 9? Masyado bang bata pag 9? Or yung 12 ba? Since pag-graduate na ng elementary, mas may discernment. So I would just like to know parang ano yung justification nyo bakit 12 po yung mas preferred.
Yun, hindi ko pa na, I was not able to hear the discussion in the Committee on Justice. Because we're not just saying it would be lower to 9 or it would be lower to 12. There would be studies and reports, there would be discussions. So I'm open to the discussions, whether to lower it to 9 or to 12. Or not at all.
Sir.
Yes,
po.
Kasali pala ako.
Yes, po.
Agree ako eh.
Well, personally, for me, the issue is not whether or not the age of the child is 9 or 12. The issue is, pag ba binaba natin yung age ng criminal responsibility, mababawasan ba yung ating crime rate o yung crime? Kasi the author of the bill is proceeding on the issue that the children are now being used to perpetrate crime and easily they could escape criminal responsibility. Kung issue is para ma-penalize natin yung mga bata na gumagamit ng bata, siguro mas sa akin personally, instead of lowering the age of criminality to 9 or 12 or not at all, siguro mas bigatan natin yung parusa doon sa magulang at kung sino ang gumamit doon sa mga bata. That's my personal view. Yeah, because the issue on whether 9 or 12 kasi is discernment eh. So, hindi ko pa alam kung may study na ginawa na pag 9 years old ba, nakapag-decide na sarili yun, or kung 12 years old or 15 years old. Because as it is, the age of majority sa atin is 18 years old. Nagkataon lang na yun nga yung big difference, ang age of majority natin 18, but yung criminal liability is 15. Nabawasan ba yung crime? Hindi. So pag i-lower pa natin sa 12 or sa 9, at hindi natin isinasama na to make it more stiff penalty dun sa mga parents o doon sa mga gumagamit, I don't think lowering it to 6 or 5 will do.
Sir, ano parusa sa magulang?
Dapat yung parusa sa magulang iisama sa kulungan yun. Kung ano yung crime na nagawa, yun ang crime ng magulang. Yes. Kasi ang responsibilidad habang yung bata is below majority is sa magulang. Hindi naman natin pwedeng ipasa kanina. Exactly.
So if like nakapag-rape yung 14 years old.
Kung nakapag-rape yung 14 years old, ano ilang taon yung rape niya? Kunwari bata, dapat isama yung magulang. Because siyempre yung tatay. Kawawa naman yung nanay, wala nang maiiwan para mag-alaga doon sa ibang kapatid.
Sir, may issue na sa importation ng bigas.
Exactly.
Mukhang magkasalungat yung posisyon ng Agriculture Secretary, si Piñol, at saka yung NFA. Ang NFA, pinupurso nila na magkaroon ng importation kasi kulang na tayo ng buffer stock dahil coming na yung calamity season, di ba? Pero ang sinasabi ni Piñol and even the President, nagsasabi na hindi na tayo dapat mag-import, palakasin na lang yung buying natin sa local farmers. Kaya lang, hindi sabi ng NFA, hindi nila kaya mag-compete sa local traders kasi masyadong mataas yung buying price. Ano po yung position? Do we need to import now?
Okay. Sabi ng NFA, kailangan natin ng 490,000 metric tons. Okay? As of today, ang very short, very minimal na yung buffer stock ng NFA. It's below the required 15 days. Okay? Ang issue is, saan ba tayo bibili? Sa import ba o dito sa local? Ang sabi kasi ng NFA, ang buying price ng private is 19 pesos, samantalang sila 17 pesos. Sa akin naman, pag maraming pera ang gobyerno para bumili, bakit hindi natin pwedeng taasan pa yung pambili, gawin natin 20 pesos? Di ba? Para naman matulungan natin yung farmer. Pero, sapat ba yung ani natin ngayon na nasa domestic? Baka hindi sapat. Kasi as of today, sabi ng NFA, nakabili na sila ng more than 150,000 bags, which is more than 12% of their target sa kanyang local procurement. Kaya hindi ko alam kung meron pa bang available na mabibili sa domestic. Kung meron pang available na mabibili sa domestic, I stand by the position of the DA Secretary and the President na ubusin na natin yung domestic production kahit mas mataas pa ng konti sa bili ng ating ng local traders. Because 17 pesos, 19 pesos, 2 pesos difference siguro, it would not cost much.
Pero magkukumpit naman ang government at the private sector. Yung private sector naman na mawawala ng supply. So do we have to import?
Okay. Ang issue rito is to satisfy the minimum buffer stock. Okay? So just to satisfy the minimum buffer stock, regardless kung saan manggagaling yan, sa domestic o kaya sa importation, ang pinaka-importante rito, dapat meron tayong 15-day na buffer stock.
Sir, about yung Coco Levy, kasi recently nagpasa na. Sir, what are the, parang chances na itong bill na to sa plenary? Kasi matagal na itong bill na to na nakapending sa Kongreso.
In fact,
Tingin nyo, I mean, this is finally the time that it will be shepherded into law?
it should be, because this is one of the campaign promise of the Duterte administration. Okay? Pangalawa, na-approve na ito nung sa 16th Congress. Unfortunately, doon sa Senate counterpart, hindi na-approve. So, we in the Committee on Agriculture, we already passed it, tinapos na namin yung deliberation, nasa Committee on Appropriation na. And siguro, this is the time na dapat this House Bill, the Coco Levy Fund, should be enacted into law. Kasi nga, out of the 75 billion pesos na cash part ng Coco Levy Fund, yung 14 billion lang ang earning interest. Yung 65 billion or 62 billion, nakatenga lang yan dun sa Bureau of Treasury, hindi nag-earn ng interest. Kasi nga, hindi pwedeng i-invest. Kasi, Executive Order 180 and 179 ng dating Pangulong Aquino, para sana magamit itong Coco Levy Fund na ito, hindi pinayagan ng Korte Suprema. Ang sabi ng Korte Suprema, dapat magkaroon ng batas para magamit itong Coco Levy Fund na ito. And if we are to help the millions of coconut farmers and the coconut industry to regain the glory, dapat gastusin itong 75 billion na Coco Levy Fund, na itong cash portion ng Coco Levy Fund. So I think sa Senate tapos na rin sila eh. Kaya palagay ko itong 17th Congress papasa na itong Coco Levy law.
Okay. Questions? Video? Wala na?
Okay, so with that, we would like to thank our resource persons this morning, Congressman Jose Pangalinan and Congresswoman Alina Grace. Maraming salamat po. We would also like to thank